Well, good morning, everybody. It is a Tuesday morning. It is kind of a nice day. The birds are out shouting at me, like that one right there. Stop it. Stop it. So, anyway, resuming the vlog, the little informal videos, which I kind of enjoy doing. And it's a lot less hassle than doing a big production, or another hour live stream, which I'm still going to do. But like I said, if you're doing your YouTube channel, shorter videos directly uploaded as opposed to the live stream. So I'm sitting out here trying to finish my coffee and having a little pipe. This is Three Nuns English tobacco. It's gone out. So I was just thinking about, reading through some of the comments from my post on, I think, Saturday. Just talking about several people mentioning how they got to discover me, and even when I was showing up on other people's live streams, I also tend to blend in until they kind of got to know my personality, and that coupled with some live streams I've watched with several artists, I'll see that they're online. I'll just go see, not like some of the people with lower subs or just starting out, and then some live streams of people. It's to see this gotten darker, the clouds. Some of the people are just starting out, right, doing live streams on their own. And when I started, it was really awkward. It's always awkward talking to nobody until you're used to doing it. It's also really difficult if you're trying to make yourself out to be something. I don't want to say something you're not, in the sense that you're trying to be some big thing where you're not, but if you try to control the way people perceive you, you want to be the funny one, the cool one, the whatever one, right? You have this little archetype in your head, and you don't want to make mistakes. You don't want to make yourself look ridiculous. So I think it's pretty common, and it was for me when you started out. You feel stupid talking to nothing, and once you the thing that for me that just kind of set me free from that is I don't care. I just stopped caring about how I came across. I'm just going to get on and I'm going to talk, and it's just adopting a little bit of humility. You're not in control of how people see you. Just say the thing you need to say. Do it matter-of-factly. Get in and get out, and do that, consistently. And you just get better at talking to the camera. The other thing that with once you bring other people into a live stream, and you've got down here in the bottom, you see the 6 or 7 people all lined up. That's kind of a different animal, because all of a sudden there's all these social dynamics in play. Like the more talkative one, the dominant one, people who are on their own stream may talk and be really fun in that dynamic, kind of get lost in the shuffle, and you're always talking over each other. And if you have a full complement of the max 10 people in a hangout, that can be chaos. The flip side of chaos is you have a few people and it's just dead air and nobody seems to be having fun, and I think it's a little bit of that awkwardness, but in general I think the rule is, if it's your stream, then the kids 2 doors down just went out in the backyard to play and they're yelling. It's up to you to carry the stream, right? It's like you're the host. If you're the host, your responsibility is to draw people out, ask people questions, and avoid dead air. If there's dead air, you need to say something. You need to come up with something. You need to talk about something. But at least, so I say, be yourself. The caveat to that is, unless you're a jerk, then don't be yourself, okay? Or if you're bored, either don't do a stream or act like you're not bored. The thing with boredom is sometimes when you hop into a stream and you don't feel like doing it, and you kind of have to get used to doing things that you don't feel like doing, obviously. But just show up, and even for a minute, act like you want to be there, and then you'll start feeling like you want to be there. Emotions tend to follow your actions in general. The other thing is that, if you're a jerk, don't be a jerk on camera. In that sense, how about in my opinion, there is a point where professionalism trumps being who you are. By the way, just being who you are, when I say be yourself, again, it depends, unless you're a bad person. But not caring what people think of you and just kind of being yourself in that sense, being relaxed and just talking, is a little different than being a jerk and then just going out there and being a jerk to people and arguing with people all the time. Now, if you want to be like, the Howard Stern shock jock type, okay, fine. But if you're a small business, now I'm speaking like to artists who are, if you're going to make it, you got to be a small business person. And this is a lesson that, I'm having to relearn, because as I've said before, we're kind of shifted to where you're in comics. You're always traditionally looking to impress an editor to get work. It's all about the editor, and the company deals with the customers. But now with social media, we're in an age where you have to think as long term. You have to think as a small business person, and you have to present yourself in a way that's professional. And the fact that I even have to say this out loud is ridiculous. Of course you do. There's too many comic artists that were really, really successful back in the day, and we see, just depending on that traditional system, they can get lost in the shuffle, and you're like, where are they now? We hear stories now about guys that are homeless or in financial trouble or whatever, because the industry just left them, right? Not because they were being jerks or anything, because traditionally the system just kind of was set up that way. But if you're going to be successful in this decade and the next decade, there's no reason why as a creator you're not spending that time being professional to your customers and your audience. So, on the two extremes, you have the person that wants to, is usually maybe shy, very self-aware, not self-aware, but self-conscious. And the other end, you have the complete jerk, right? The sweet spot's kind of in the middle, where you can say matter-of-factly what you believe, but you're not overly abrasive about it. But you're also not trying to craft an image of a person you're not. So, it requires a little bit of honesty with yourself where you are. And I think the further you are over here to the jerk end, the less likely you're, to be self-aware that you're a jerk. Pollen just went right down my throat and attacked it, and said, "You're not doing this video." And I said, "Screw you, Pollen. I'm drinking coffee." So, yeah, always be yourself unless you're a jerk. That was my little thought for today. I've got to ship things today. Speaking of business, I have to go meet with a lawyer about setting out some stuff before I start my Indiegogo, which I am shooting for the 20th to put this thing up. We'll see how that goes. Everything takes longer than you think it's going to. That's a general rule for life. So, yeah, go check out anything else. William the Last Volume 2 is available for pre-order right now. It is the collected trade paperback of my book with Antarctic Press. The first trade came out. The second trade is available. It's due. The orders are due at the 10th, and I've been told the orders for that are kind of on the low side. So if you are looking for it, now is the time to get that second trade. So anyway, I will check you all out soon. I'll be doing a show on Doug to Naples channel today, I think, usually every day at 12, and maybe some live streams later on. Take care.